This week, I answer a viewer question about process serving that's specifically about personal service of process. And I want to share that with you because there's some subtleties involved that I couldn't just type out into a quick answer. And it really is something that deserves a video. Hi, I'm Larry Kay with ShadowAnyone.com. I'm the creator of the Investigator's Ultimate Guide series, which is premium private investigator training from someone who's been there and done that. Specifically this week, looking into the Investigator's Ultimate Guide to Process Serving. I did this for years and encountered so many variations and problems and snags, and learned how to handle these things. A big chunk of that course is kind of almost like a mini skip tracing course. So how do you find somebody to get them served? Another big chunk of that course is just how to do it for people who are refusing. And I go into there about the use of pretext. I talk about, basically how sneaky you can be. Permissible deception is the word that's commonly used. So I have a question this week from a viewer. He asked, Larry, what will happen if I tape a serve to the door, but the serve was supposed to be served personally? Okay, it seems on its face, especially if you don't do this for a living, that this is pretty cut and dried. You're supposed to serve personal service on this person. You just dropped it. You taped it to the door and walked away. It seems like that wouldn't be valid, that would be a problem. Okay, there are some subtleties involved. The first thing, the easiest way to handle this and to know the answer to this is to talk to your client, okay? It's usually going to be a law firm, and you can say to them, is there an alternate way of service on this? Or I've tried this person 3 different times at 3 different times of day, 3 different days of the week, just cannot catch them. Is it okay? Do you want it served just left at their door? How do you want this handled? And the law firm may very well say, yeah, we were hoping for personal service, but go ahead and tape it to the door. You may have some almost standing agreement that they understand how you work in that. Is it still valid? Okay, I'm not a lawyer, and that's a court's thing. If the person gets a lawyer, could they contest and not show up or not produce the documents they're supposed to produce? Yeah, I suppose they could, but this is something, if your client, the law firm, has told you it's okay to leave them at the door, then it's not an issue for you. A lot of times people will show up. A lot of times people will produce the documents that they're supposed to produce. You don't know, but you fulfilled your obligation. Now, here's the key thing, and this is the big warning. Do not miss this. When you file the return of service or affidavit of service, it's called a variety of things in different places, but you're going to take a piece of paper, a form, back to the courthouse, and you're going to put, here's how I served them, fill in whatever little details there might be, and sign it. You cannot lie on that. You shouldn't be lying at all. Permissible deception is a little bit different category, and I have videos about that. If you want, you can find those. But you can't lie, especially on that form. This is now becoming perjury. You're swearing under oath, whether it seems super formal to you as you file these or not. You go down to the courthouse. You're not usually going to be raising your hand with the clerk and swearing, but you are saying to the court, to the judge, to the justice system, court system. I don't call it the justice system anymore, but you're saying that I served this person personally. And if you taped it to the door saying that you served it personally, to me and to a lot of people, your career is over because you can't be trusted on anything from then forward. You're not going to be able to testify. You're not going to be able to do witness interviews. All the witness is going to have to say is, no, that's not what I said. And they can always go back and point to the time you lied right there. So don't lie about this at all. If it says you're supposed to serve them personally, and if you serve them just by taping it to the door, document that on the return of service form or the affidavit of service form. There are check boxes, and you just put, I serve this person, boom, by drop service or whatever they call it in your area, at this address at this time. Similarly, if you were filing it because you had filed personal service, you're going to check the box, personal service or serve them personally at this date and time at this address. You're going to sign off on it. So it's not the end of the world if you tape it to the door, but you cannot be at all deceptive with anyone about the fact that you did tape it to the door. I hope that helps. Bottom line, if you had to sum it all up, check with your client, talk to your client, ask your client. You should have a pretty good working relationship with them, that you can have these discussions and questions, and it's not going to be a problem. Once they've hired you, they're not interested in looking for someone else and hashing out these details with someone new either. That's just one of the beautiful things about process serving work, is once you get a client, they're yours. It's yours to lose. Until you mess up, they want to use just you, and they just want to call you and give you all their business, which is really nice. If you have any questions, comments, concerns about this type of thing, let me know. I will answer as many of them as I can. In the meantime, this is Larry K with ShadowAnyone.com. Remember, do the right thing, even if it's the hard thing.